Aaron. Today I'm going to be showing you in this video how to replace a radiator on a Chevy Silverado. This just happens to be a 2006 2500 HG with a 6.0 gas motor in it. If you have a diesel, it's a little bit different, but if you do have a 5.3 1500 series truck, just about the same procedure. So what you're going to want to do is drain all your coolant. Get yourself a drain pan and either take off a radiator hose or open the drain petcock. The drain petcock is down here on the driver's side. You can't see it too well, better access underneath the vehicle. I like taking off the radiator hose, which is right down there. I already did that. And just to give you a reference on the new radiator, your drain petcock is going to be right here on the driver's side, bottom of the radiator. My truck has an engine cooler that goes through the radiator, as well as transmission cooler, which is on the passenger side. So if yours does not have this, just disregard the steps that are in this video to take off these lines. If yours do have this, then I'm going to show you some tricks to get these lines off. Your air cleaner, you're going to need a 5/16 8mm or a flathead screwdriver to get the hose clamps off. Just take off this right here. Take off your top radiator hose. If you have the original clamps, this is what they look like. Just get some channel locks, lift these off, and next we'll go to clamps. They can be stubborn sometimes, especially if they're old. I learned a little trick from a late YouTuber named Diesel Tech Ron, really smart guy. Spray a little WD-40 on there, and it'll help slide off these stupid little clamps here. It'll allow them to slide on the rubber a lot easier with this WD-40 on there, and save you some. Taking the hose out of the way, we can remove the top shroud. GM did us a favor and made us a two-piece shroud so we don't have to remove the fan in order to remove the shroud. What you're going to want to do is get a 10mm socket or a wrench, and there's two bolts that hold the top of the shroud on, and then there's two more. Whoever's working on this before me did me a favor and, well, didn't put them back in, but there's actually a little snap, plastic snap grommet that goes in here and on there, and there's two more on the other side. Go ahead and remove those, and your shroud will be free. Remove your shroud. Go ahead and let's start working on our lines here. What you'll see is on your transmission cooler lines, let me get a little bit better view of that. What you'll see is that there's actually a clip in here. Get yourself a little pick and remove this clip. Do not lose them, because your new radiator may or may not come with them. So you need to keep these clips. The only thing that's keeping this line in right here is this clip. So remove it, put them on a magnetic tray or your pocket, somewhere you won't lose them. So here we have the clips. Got them here. Here's your transmission clips, transmission cooler line clips. There's your oil line cooler clips. If you do lose these, you might be lucky by going to an O'Reilly's or a Napa or a CarQuest, and they might have these in stock. If they don't, you can get some window handle retaining clips, and I've filed some down and had them work in the past. So keep that in mind. If you do lose these, you can go to an O'Reilly's or Napa or CarQuest and might be lucky and find some. Line the clips out. Go ahead and pull and remove for the bottom and top, and you're gonna have a lot of oil coming out. So make sure you get yourself a drain pan to catch that oil. Next step is you're going to want to remove your two mounting bolts for the upper mounting bolts for the radiator. They're going to be 1/2 inch or 13mm will work as well. There's two of them right on top. Once you do that, you're free to remove your radiator. Okay, now I do have the radiator out. I have it alongside the new radiator, and what you want to do is you want to inspect every aspect of the radiator to make sure it's the same as the other one. You don't want to install a new radiator and find out that, some fittings aren't included or something like that. Engine oil fittings and transmission oil fittings are going to need to be swapped. The new one did not come with them, which is okay. But once you remove everything here, you can go ahead and install and swap those parts. You may need to swap the mount bushings too. Mine did come with some new ones, so at this time you're going to go ahead and need to do that. Alright, once you have everything back together, go ahead and make sure your fan will spin freely inside of the shroud. Sometimes these GM two-piece fan shrouds will get hung up, or you might not get it back in right, and I've actually broken a fan off once upon startup. So make sure you go ahead and make sure it turns freely. Once you do that, add 2.5 gallons of coolant into your system. That's the system capacity. 50-50 mix is always best. Start her up, let her get hot, and check the level. Go ahead and run your heater, especially if your vehicle has an electronic or mechanical heater hose actuator to allow the coolant into the heating system. This one doesn't. This is always flowing through, but you want to go ahead and turn that heat on and check for any leaks too. Especially important on your transmission cooler lines. Sometimes you may not get it in there right, or the seal will be bad out of the box, and you want to make sure those aren't leaking. Alright, so there we have it. It's running, she ain't leaking. Hope this video helps. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to ask. Please like and subscribe. Have a